Hello, welcome back to Cracking the Cryptic, and a debut today. We've got a one-line charming email from Coyote saying, I've created hundreds of puzzles since started following you on the channel, and I've got to get over my fear of submitting them sometime. Here goes. And here is your puzzle, Coyote. I know you've sent us one or two since then, but we recommend one a month. Just select your best work. Anyway, I'm going to have a look at this, 3 out of 4. The testers have said it's quite good, so looking forward to it. We've got a few overlapping arrows, a little bit of German whispers, and that's it. Oh no, and a king's move restriction, in case you're just jumping into it. I do want to mention, I have to mention, the Jewels of Osiris by Demono. I've been going through a lot of the creative suggestions for the solution and correct entries to the hunt. Very well done to, we're into the hundreds of people who've got it. Very impressive indeed, who have got through Demono's brilliant novella and story and sudokus that combine together. I mean, it's really clever. Do join us on Patreon and check it out if you haven't already. It's almost guaranteed enjoyment. And later in the month, we are going to be bringing you some more kids Sudoku. Probably even easier than last month this time, just in case your kids were like, I still don't get it. Yeah, I mean, I think this is going to be worth a try. The Paint by Numbers Institute have come up with something for us, so we're looking forward to bringing you that as well. So it really is worth being with us on Patreon. There's loads of extra content. Now, what is going on? No, what else is going on around the channel? Let's do that first. There's clearly our merchandise, Sven Sudoku Pad, the Discord server. You can check all of that out on the links under the video, and all of our apps. We have an Arrow Sudoku app if you like the Arrow aspects of this one, and of course the gas apps and all the others. Just follow the links to the apps, and they are very reasonably priced. Even the cost of living crisis won't stop you getting those. Now, let's have a look at this puzzle then. This is by Coyote, as I say. 3 out of 4. Normal Sudoku rules apply. So we're putting 1 to 9 in every row, column, and box. Now, identical digits cannot be separated by a king's move in chess. So those two can't be the same digit. This is sometimes called no-touch Sudoku, because the digits can't touch each other even diagonally. Now that's a good old chess constraint that I will have the opportunity to forget as we do the puzzle. Digits on an arrow sum to the number in the circle, so those two will add up to that number. You can assume that the arrows are straight lines in this puzzle. They're not sort of bendy arrows, don't worry about that. They are straight lines. Digits joined by a white dot, yes, we have a few of those, are consecutive, a normal Kropke rule, and the normal German whispers rule. Neighbouring digits on a green line must have a difference of at least 5. So these two could be 1 and 6 or 1 and 9, but they could not be 3 and 7 because the difference isn't enough. So those are the rules. I'm not sure why it's called 3 out of 4. Maybe 3 out of 4 rules that he thought about? I don't know. Do give it a try on the link under the video. Debuts are often surprisingly good, I will say that. And let's get cracking. So, well, on this 2 arrow, this has got to be at least 6. But this is on an arrow itself. These arrows overlap. So this is 6 at least, because these 3 digits have to be a 1, 2, and 3 at minimum. Now this can't be 9 because you've got to add something here to get to this number. So this is, and we've got 5 on this arrow. Well, that's huge, right. So the least this digit can be is 8. That's also the most it can be on this arrow. It's the least it can be because you have to put a 1 and 2 at least into those 2 cells. They're in the same box, so they have to be different. And that takes it up to 8 at a minimum. And then you have to add something else to it, and you've still got a single digit here. So it's, I mean, this is just given. This is great. This cell is a 7, that one's a 6, and they're all the big numbers placed in the central box. We've got a 1, 3 pair there. This can't be 1, 2, or 3. So it's 4, 5, 6 or 7, taking the total in the circle up to 6, 7, 8 or 9. This has to be 3 or 4 with 8 or 9 in the total. Oh, over here we've got a 4 on the arrow. Oh, this is more helpful than I was noticing. That's another 1, 2 pair. Oh, that's interesting. That's going to give us something in a moment. Right, first of all, this is a 3 or a 5, because it can't be another 4, and it can't be either of 1, 2. That leads to 7 or 9 in the circle. Now, what I've just noticed with these 1, 2 pairs is they're incredibly helpful. So actually, I first noticed these 1 pairs. Obviously, in each of these pairs, there is a 1. So that's going to use up the 1s in columns 7 and 9. Now, the 1 in column 8, therefore, can't be in the top box or the bottom box, because 1 is used up in those. So it has to be in one of these 2 cells. It can't be there, obviously, because of the central digit. Now, that works even better here, because it works on both 1 and 2 in row 8. The row 8, 1 and 2, clearly cannot be in row 7 or row 9. So they must be here. And if they're both on this line, they can't be next to each other because of the German whisper rule. So they have to be separated by a 7, 8 or 9, by a high digit. And that's a start. Now I see, and I suppose it was obvious why it's called 3 out of 4, because 3 out of 4 of these corner boxes have these arrow X's on. And the fourth one has almost no markings in its box at all. Anyway, that's just by the by. Right, we've got these white dots. So that's 5 or 7. That must be 8. There we go, 8. This is 5 or 6. Now, what's happening on the right? There's no 1 and 2. Okay, we've already got 3 low digits in this row. So we can't put 2 low digits on this German whisper line. We have to alternate. Now, what I haven't bothered explaining, but a lot of you will know already, is that German whisper lines have a few things about them. They can never contain a 5, because there's no sudoku digit that can go next to 5. They therefore alternate between high and low digits. And I sometimes mention that 6s and 4s are quite hard to place, because they can't be in the middle of these little German lines, because there's only 1 digit that can go next to 6 or 4 and it would see each other. Anyway, enough of that. We've got 3 low digits in this row, and without even colouring, I can see that we can't make both of those alternating digits low, or we'd have 5 of these digits under 4 in the row. So this one is a low digit, but it can't be 4 because of what I was just explaining, and because you couldn't put a 9 there in any event. So that is a 3, surrounded by 8 and 9 to maintain the German whispers difference. That gives us 7 here, 3 on the arrow. This is a 4, 9 in the circle. That hasn't affected this one yet. In this bottom row, we need to place a 5 and a 6. They're easily done now. This digit has become a 7 because 8 and 9 are now in its box. And this group is a 4, 5, 6 triple, I think. We have to put 7 and 8 into these 2 cells. Let's do it one at a time, not try and save a second, because that might make the explanation less good. Right, this digit touching a 7 on a whisper line can't be 2, so it must be 1. And this is a high digit that's not 6 or 7. I haven't got much information for that. Not much for this. Oh no, I've got something for this. Look at this cell. This sees a 1, a 2 and a 3. The only low digit it could possibly be is 4. But not only can you not put a 4 in that position on such a line, you can't actually put 9 in either of those positions in this puzzle. So that is high. It's not 7, it's 8 or 9. It can't be 6, because there would be 1s on both sides. So that one was high. This one is still seeing 1 and 3, of course. It wants to be low because we've already used 2 low digits, but I don't know. I don't think I can rely on that. Let's put in a 6-9 pair on that side of the grid and a 3-8 pair on this side. And here's another X-wing, or a sort of virtual X-wing on 3s. The 3s in boxes 3 and 9 are in those positions, and they're parts of pairs, so there must be one in column 9 and one in column 7. And the only place to put a 3 in column 8 now is right here. So the other digits up here are definitely a 4 and either 8 or 9. So one of those is a 4, and that means this isn't a 4, and that means this isn't a 6. That still hasn't resolved that arrow. Now the low digits surrounding 8 or 9 here can't be 2. I suppose they could be 4 in one case. 3 is in one of those cells in box 5, and one of those getting a little bit, it's going slower. 7 on the circle, that's a 6 on the white crop key dot. Why had I put 5 or 6? I don't know in there. That was obviously not right. Now 6 there, 6 there. Where's 6 in this column? We remember it can't be here because that would need to be flanked by 2 1s, so it's at the top. 8 in this column, it's in one of those. So's 9. This is an 8-9 pair. Yes, it is. Look, we've got 9, 8, 8, 9, and they're using up the 8s and 9s for columns 4 and 6. So the 8, 9 for column 5 both have to be up here. And now all of these 4 are low digits. These ones, well, I don't know, but they're from the group 1, 2, 3, 4. And this is a 5-7 pair at the top. In fact, we know the order from the 7 below. This can't be a 7, so that's not a 5. 6, no, 6, 8, 9, 1. These are from 2, 4, 5. It's not finishing. Don't know. I thought 5 maybe was placeable. It's not. Right, let's have a look at this one. Can't have an 8 on. In fact, what about this middle digit? The only high digit this could be is a 7. That could be flanked by a 1 above and a 2 below. That 1 would put a 3 here, 2, 4 pair there. That would be 9. It can work. It's really odd that I haven't managed to actually disentangle all of these pairs that we virtually began with. I thought they would quickly, or quickly once we got going, unfold. Not the case. Not the case. Okay, so I'm going to put in the candidates here. 1, 2, and 7 are all it can be by Sudoku. Now, if it's a 7, that's a 2 and that's a 1. That's the only way the low digits could be disposed. If this is 1 or 2, the high digits are from 6, 7, or 9. We've already got 3 lows in this row. If that was low, it would be the last one, and it would be a 1. I've sort of looked at that already. 1 in this row is in one of those 2 cells. Just seen that. 8 in this row is somewhere over here. No, I don't quite know what to do at the moment. This puzzle's been going so well that I wasn't expecting a late slowdown. 4. We know 4's in one of those cells. 5, 6, 7, 5. I'm missing something about these low digits. I feel I'm missing something about all the low digits. Maybe I should think about them all together. Or is it, maybe it is this line. It just doesn't look like there's a lot that I can definitely resolve about it. 8, 9, 6, 3, 1. This digit is any from 2, 4, 5, 7. There's an 8 up here somewhere. Yeah, interesting. I'm not ashamed to admit, I don't quite know what's going on. That's a 489 triple. So 5 is in one of these cells, along with 6 and 7, 6 or 7. That's a 5, 6, 7 triple. So if 5's in one of those cells, the 5 in row 3 is in one of these two. King's move! I did forget the stupid chest constraint. Mark. Wakey, wakey. Right. Look, there's a 3 looking at that cell. That's going to just do it on its own. Well, I got a 3 in the guy. I don't deserve a party today. I have been numpty-like and slow and predicted I would forget the chest constraint. Did it for the whole puzzle. Oh, look. I mean, there's tons of it going on now. Oh, King's move. Come on. What a dope. That can't be 8. I mean, there must be yes, look, that's a 4-5 pair, and they both see this cell, including the King's move. So that has to be 2. That's the sort of thing that is actually very prevalent in these puzzles. And you just have to remember. Why can't I remember a King's move constraint? There's a 1 there now, so those can't have a 1. In fact, the 1 in this box is here. Now, 9 is going to have to be next to... 9 is looking at that cell by the King's move. 4 in this box can't now be in these cells, so that's the 4. It's so much more straightforward when you remember all the rules. Right, this can't be a 1 now, so it's not low, so it is high, so this is low and this is high. That may not have quite been the way I was hoping they would resolve, because there was only one option for the low, high, low version of this line. But 7 sees that cell. Come on, I mean, I suspect there's just a lot more King's move stuff, and I just need to spot it. You can spot it and shout at me, and maybe that'll help. 7 is now in one of those 2 cells. So 7 must be in one of those 2. 8, 1, 9, 7. Look, this is a 2 or a 4. I don't know why I said look there. Actually, lots of Australians especially begin answers to questions with look. And to me, it always sounds, from a traditional English point of view, as quite aggressive. Now, we've got a 1 in one of those 2. What else? I bet there must be some of this King's move stuff. Now I've remembered it. I can't think of anything else, and it's actually slowing me down. We've got an 8. 8 in row 2. It's just done. It's here. Oh, that's weird. Okay, good. So there's a 3 in one of... what can this be? This sees a 5 by the King's move. So that's 3 or 6. Now, what about this? Don't know. Doesn't have a 3 on it. So the 3 in the column, it can't be here by, you guessed it, the King's move. In fact, you probably did shout it, and I finally heard you. There we go. So that's the central box complete. We get a 7 there on the white crop key dot. This is 2 or 4. This is 1 or 4. This 4-5 pair is not resolved by the King's move, about the only thing in this puzzle that isn't. Oh, this is interesting. This is a 6 or 9. It sees 3, 7, 2, 8, 1 in the row, 4, 5 in the column. Now I've got a 6, 7, 9 triple in the column. And that is a naked 3. And that's going to be quite big in this puzzle, because that makes this a 6. That places a 6 here and finishes this arrow. That makes this a 5 and this a 7. Now there's a 4-9 pair there that puts an 8 onto this German whisper line. 8, 1, 3, 7. That 3 in the corner that gave us the party resolved this 8-3 pair. We've got a 6-9 pair going on here. Yes, the king's move is sorting those out straight away. Nice. Then we get 4 or 5, 2 or 5. 2, 4, 5 triple that for once the king's move is not resolving. However, we've got a 9 looking at that cell. 3, 7, 2, 8, 1. We've got a 6, more importantly, looking at that one. Now, there is a 6-7 pair here, so the number on the whisper must be a 1. And that is really going to finish us off completely, I think. So we get a 5 here. 2, 6, 7, there we go, that's all finished. This is a 7 in the column, that's a 2, that's become a 4, that fixes the 9-4 pair. 2 and 3, 5 and 9 to go, there we go, 1 in the corner, and we come back to this last 4 and 5 and we're finished. And that's not too bad, and who knows how quick 17 minutes and 17 seconds could have been if I had managed to keep in my mind the king's move. Maybe the 3 out of 4 refers to the 3 rule types I could remember: German whispers, arrows, and crop key, out of the 4 that I should have remembered, which included the king's move. It's a nice puzzle, not too difficult, a little bit harder if you forget one of the constraints, but that's a good one. Thank you, Coyote, for a quite approachable Sudoku today. And thank you for following us on the channel. As always, do subscribe if you haven't already. Like the videos, it always helps us. And we'll hope to be able to be back with more tomorrow. Bye for now.